Welcome to the 18th day of the 40 days of prayer at Lexington Methodist Church. Today, as we focus on the Lord's Prayer, we're looking at the line, "Forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us." And I'm holding in my lap broken pottery, because that's what our lives feel like sometimes. Just broken pottery, broken relationships. Sometimes broken with God, and sometimes broken with family, and sometimes broken with neighbors. And sometimes it just feels like it's impossible to put them back together, especially when it requires us to forgive somebody. But think about it. There is no community. There is no community that can stay a community unless people are willing to forgive each other. Because we are constantly stepping on each other's toes. We're constantly hurting each other without realizing it. We're constantly hurting each other on purpose sometimes. So we are constantly living in broken relationships. Same thing with our relationship with God. Have you really prayed these 40 days the way you needed to have prayed? Those 30 minutes every day, even if it was just 1 minute every day. 1 minute 30 times a day. You know, those relationships with God, we break them just as easy as we break relationships with human beings sometimes. If Jesus is clear about any principle, it is that we will be forgiven almost precisely the same amount that we are willing to forgive others. And Jesus modeled that for us on the cross when we did the most horrific thing that anyone could do to another human being: murdered, mocked, beat, tortured them. Except this was God. Instead of getting angry at us, He looked on us with pity and forgave us. I find forgiving others hard sometimes. So sometimes my prayer is, God, I'm not capable of forgiving this person, but if you come into me, I know that you can change my heart and you can help me forgive this person. Because I want to be loving like you are. And yes, God, every time I look in the mirror, I see a sinner. I see someone who needs redeeming. And I thank you that you do it every day. Forgive us our trespasses. Forgive us for when we tread on other people, just as we forgive them when they tread on us.